Personally, I don't think what happened to Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks in the bubble in Orlando will ever happen to that team currently constructed again. Personally, I don't think it'll ever happen to Giannis again what happened to him last year. And I thought people clowning Giannis, I thought it was overstated a tad bit, and I'll tell you why. First off, I've compared Giannis's tenure in Milwaukee to LeBron's tenure in Cleveland the first time around. I know the Bucks have went out and attached Drew Holiday and attached Chris Middleton, but the premise still remains. It's all focused on one incredible talent that doesn't miss a lot of games, great at everything, mixing that in with some talents that could make all-star games. We're talking about Chris Middleton, who has made one. We're talking about Drew Holiday that could make one. And guys like Delonte West and Mo Williams at their pinnacle could have made a game. Did they? No, but they could have. So I've always compared Giannis to LeBron's first time around in Cleveland. Giannis just opted to re-sign. One thing we remember about those Cleveland Cavalier teams is they were the best home team by far when LeBron was there, when they really got grooving. Like, they were incredible and tough to beat at home. They didn't lose a lot of games to the East. And obviously the Milwaukee Bucks were really good at home. Remember, they got up to a really bad start this year at home, and obviously that's probably because there were not a lot of fans in the buildings when the season first started. As the season goes on, they're finally starting to click. I don't think that's by surprise that fans are slowly starting to make their way into a lot of these venues. Giannis and the Bucks needed fans. They were in Orlando in the bubble. I thought no team out there was hurt more by fans not being in the building than Giannis and the Bucks. Remember when the shooting happened in Wisconsin, unarmed black man shot at the hands of the police, how that team just kind of fell apart between George Hill and company. Having home fans, I feel like, would have helped that team. Because I never thought that and I know that happened in the first round against the Orlando Magic. I never thought that team came back around after that. Now, the Magic were not good, so the Bucks were able to defeat the Magic. They were the number one team out east. But I never thought that team rebounded after sitting out that game against the Orlando Magic, opting to not play it in protest of an unarmed black man being shot at the hands of the police. I never thought that team rebounded from that. So also, I think what goes understated with what the Miami Heat were able to do against Giannis and the Bucks in the second round was the personnel. Jay Crowder does not get enough credit for what he was a part of last year. It wasn't just Jimmy Butler. It wasn't just Andre Iguodala. It was mostly Jay Crowder pushing Giannis out closer to the perimeter. And they made Giannis uncomfortable, and they built that brick wall. And the Bucks struggled because of that. This year, I think the Bucks have done a better job of getting the rock to Giannis around that mid-post area, and he's been able to flourish. But even if they don't get the ball to Giannis at that mid-post area, let's just say he catches it on the perimeter per last year in the bubble. I still don't believe Giannis and the Bucks are going to face the problems that they faced last year, because what team out east this year has the personnel to stop Giannis and the Bucks from getting to the NBA Finals? Now, all bets are off with one of the top teams out west. Kawhi and the Clippers could stop them. LeBron and the Lakers could stop them. I think there's a couple other teams that potentially got the personnel. Phoenix got Jay Crowder now, right? But the point I'm trying to make to you guys is, in all due respect to Joel Embiid and the Sixers, overall, I think they could win a series against Giannis and the Bucks, but they don't have the personnel to stop Giannis. If the Sixers beat Giannis and the Bucks, it's because Joel Embiid was the best player in that series. You've seen what he's done to the Brooklyn Nets this year. I think he's averaging like 40-something points against the Nets in 3 games this year. Bucks fresh off just beating them back-to-back games at home in Milwaukee. Trust and believe. The Brooklyn Nets, as great as they are, they can score with anybody, and we have not even seen that trio much this season. But bringing James Harden back doesn't stop anything that Giannis is going to do to the Bucks on offense, the Nets on offense. Like, James Harden can go get you more points, but somebody's got to stop Giannis. What he's able to do with the basketball is opening everything up for Milwaukee right now. Giannis and the Bucks have the best shot at making the finals. Like, Giannis ain't afraid of the personnel in Brooklyn. And I know the Nets will be the favorite, and I agree with that. But I'd be surprised if the Bucks don't get it done. They have the Nets number. They got it. And if the Nets are going to finish third out east, depending on how situations, we'll see what Brooklyn does down the stretch here with some of their key guys. And the Bucks finish second and Philly finishes third. Like, you're asking Giannis and the Bucks to get through a lot lesser grown men this year. And I say that respectfully. I think Giannis and the Bucks will love their chances against Tobias Harris and Kevin Durant down low. I just think he would relish those opportunities in a playoff series a lot more than he would have a Jimmy Butler, Andre Iguodala, and a Jay Crowder last year. That was the perfect formula to stop Giannis. Unfortunately, no team out east this year has that formula.